Hello, this is Nancy with Simply Quilting, and I'm going to be making some fun scrappy double pinwheel blocks today. And I've made a bunch of these already, but I need just a few more for a project that I'm thinking about, so I thought I would take you along as I sew a couple more of these blocks. My blocks will be 8 inches square, and I start making these by using 4.5 inch squares to make the half square triangles. And then also the two lighter colors that you see there, those are quarter square triangles. You can also cut those from a 4.5 inch. Of course, you could use any size you wanted to, depending on what size of block you wanted to wind up with. I actually cut my pieces out with AccuQuilt because I have a cutter, but you can easily do that with your regular system of cutting. So what I do first is I will take the two quarter square triangles, the medium and the light, and sew those together on the side that's indicated there. Make sure that you sew them on the right side, because I had to rip a few out because I sewed them together wrong. That's why I lay them out on my design board first, so I can make sure that I get them in the right order. And whenever I'm sewing, I like to chain piece, so I usually do at least 2 blocks at a time so that I can go ahead and just chain piece those. I actually have more than 2 blocks laid out on my design board, but I'll just be sewing the top 2 layers. Then I like to go ahead and press. And on these I will press to the dark side. I actually starched my fabric before I cut my pieces out, so it lays down pretty well without me putting anything else on it, no steam or anything. So I'll just open those up and press them to the dark. Then I'll just lay my pieces back out so that I don't get them confused. I love my design boards. I make those out of foam board. I use some spray glue and put felt, and then I use some of the cute duct tape to put around the edges so that it won't fray. I got the idea, of course, from Lori Holt. She uses a little bit different procedure to make hers. Now I'm sewing my 2 quarter square triangles that I've attached together, and I'm sewing those to my half square triangle, and that will complete my little 1/4 of my block. You can see that I'm flipping those over and sewing on top of the darker side. That's because it's easier to have the seam on the quarter square triangles facing down as I sew, if that makes sense. Time to press again. And oops, I'll press those to the darker one as well. You can see they're coming out nice and square. Oops, I think I needed to go get another design board. Be right back. There we go. Very important to get them laid out correctly. And you can see the double pinwheel taking shape there. I just think it's a really cute block. You will see me pinning these together, lining up those, nesting those seams. Make sure you get those, the right sides together. Very important. I'm just sticking a pin in to keep the sides together that I need to sew together. I'm not actually pinning it in place. But I will nest those seams when I get ready to stitch. Now I'm going to double check and make sure that I got those in the right position. And yes, I did. time to press again. I like to press as I go so that I can make sure that I'm getting them right. Now on these, I like to open these seams up because there's so much thickness there in the middle where the points come together. So I will open those seams. Just helps it to lie flatter. You don't have to do that, but I just like to do it. It's personal preference. So now I'm ready to put my two halves together. I had just a little bit sticking out there that I needed to trim off. Again, you want to nest those seams very, very well, and I'll put a pin in there to hold that in place. I put my pin right between the seams there, in the middle of the seams on both sides. And I did backstitch just a little bit there on this last part. That little bit of a trim just helps the points to lie flatter. And as you can guess, it's pressing time again. And as you can probably also guess, I will open those seams as I press. Give me a little bit flatter middle seam there. And then I would be putting a clapper, a square one. I got this from Amazon, and it really helps to flatten those blocks out. You don't have to leave it on very long. And those two blocks are done. I think they came out pretty cute. I've still got a few more to make before I do my project. I've got some ideas on the quilt that I would like to make with all of these. Now I need to square these up. They came out, they're probably about between 8 1/4 and 8 1/2 inches. But I want to go ahead and square them up to 8 inches. Make sure and line up the diagonal line, and also that is an 8.5 inch ruler, so it's very handy to do that with. There's a diagonal line, and then there's a horizontal and vertical line. I use a weight to help hold it down because I don't have any grip on that one. Some of my rulers have grips on them. The weight really helps hold it steady. Lining up those points. And I think that's going to do it for today. I will try to post when I get ready to do my project. Thanks for watching.